Hi guys, so here we have a little special treat. I was challenged in the comments section of my last video by a girl called Sacred808, and here we are playing a game. So I'll just tell her that we are ready, and she warned me that she was somewhat of a newbie, so I think I will go easy on her. You have no idea how bad I am, she says. No stress. Relaxing is the name of the game. Alright, chess is the name of the game. But, you know. So she's going for a double fianchetto. She wants to put this bishop. Alright, she didn't. The normal configuration would be to put the bishop here. And I thought that she would put this bishop here. But she's going out here, so she's attacking this bishop. And it's not a terrible move, but it's not focusing on the center. As you can see, I'm putting my pieces into the center. And what she did there was she spent 2 moves capturing this bishop here, and I'll just have to think. I'll just go here. Alright, so now her bishop is not in play anymore. As you can see, she has no pieces in play now. So that's her problem. I have all of these in play controlling the center, and she has only 1 piece in play. So I'll just play very calmly and just relax and have a good time, and not be too aggressive, so she'll have like a chance. I'll just castle, and we had some trouble finding each other on here, so while I was waiting for her to set her preferences in the settings, I watched some of her videos, and that was actually very interesting. She did some very honest talks about her fighting with weight loss and how she was doing in life, and how she had researched and made an appointment with some surgeon from Mexico, I believe, and who died. She was almost getting ready for the operation, and then he died, so that was a bit sad. It was very honest and touching, you know, to sort of get a feel of her existential situation, who she is as a person, and apparently she also plays chess, which is great. So perhaps she will capture my knight here. I would like her to capture this pawn, because then I would stretch out my double pawns I have here. I would be able to take here, take back like this, and then I wouldn't have the problem with the doubled pawns anymore. now I don't see any real move for me to go easy on her. Like in this position, I have no calm move to make. I have to either just do a nothing move, just like for instance moving the king or something like that does next to nothing, or I should make like a real move. All the other moves, like this one, all had like small positional points, like it takes away this square, for instance, so it's not overly aggressive and it gives her a chance to develop her pieces, but it is still sound chess strategy. But I could, for instance, go for upbreak in the center by pushing here, so that's rather aggressive. I will do that, even though... Alright, I believe that it was much stronger to capture the pawn. I will capture like here, like this. Alright, so she's forking these two pieces, which is pretty good because she will be winning the rook, or the so-called exchange now. Well, she didn't want to take it, but I'll give her another chance. It will be quite dangerous for her to take it because I have so much activity in the center, and her king is very exposed. So these knights are also very... She's calling me a brute. I'll go sorry. Alright. So I could win in a couple of moves here. Should I go for that? I think that's the most honest approach. Yeah, I'll just put my rook here. So a rook on the 2nd or 7th rank. So if you're black, it's the 2nd rank. It's very good to put a rook there, because it cuts off the king, and it attacks the base of any, like the weakest point of any pawn chain. So any pawn on this rank cannot be protected by any other pawn. That's not possible. Alright. So she's attacking the she's attacking the rook, and we could perhaps sacrifice that by doing some fun stuff with this pawn, for instance, like taking here, but it's not really, you know, it would be a bit unfair, like it would be a bit arrogant, I think. So I'll just play this move, and so this is protected by the knight, and it attacks the queen. A little weird sound there. Alright. So this position is pretty good. I have checkmate in one move, so I think I'll play it like this, and perhaps I should challenge to a rematch, like so. And she said, well, sheesh, but you know, some people, I think it's great that she's playing, because, you know, some people, they don't want to play chess. Perhaps actually I should have taken with the rook. I'm not thinking at all. Many people don't want to play chess because they don't like losing, because they think that chess is sort of a measure of your intellect. So it's like losing in chess is like losing a discussion on some topic. It feels like you are not as smart as the other person, and that can be very uncomfortable. Oh, excuse me, this is where you give me all sorts of awesome advice, like quit now, right? She's joking a lot. I'll just go hey, to acknowledge that I read. I'm commenting the video. You can watch it later and maybe pick up a few tips or tricks, perhaps. Alright, so I'll just develop some piece like this bishop, and so I just told her that she wanted some advice, and I said you can watch the video later. So hi, Saker 808, or Sherry, I believe your name was. So I guess my advice so far is that the idea of opening up in this manner and exchanging the bishop is not so good. It's better to just put the bishop here, where it has influence in the center, because when you exchange it off immediately, you spend a couple of moves that I can use to put more pieces in play, and your piece that you have spent all these moves on just disappears. So that will give me what we in chess terminology call a lead in development. I don't know if you heard that term, but development is like how advanced your pieces are. So now I just castle. That's a good thing to have as a priority. And so, right, you are exchanging off. I'm not sure, should I talk to like the general audience or should I talk to Saker? Alright, for this video I'll just talk to Saker. There's plenty of other videos where I can talk generally. Alright, Saker, so this move, again, you are exchanging off your only active piece for a passive piece. So that's that could be a bit problematic, seeing how you only have pawns in play now, while this rook and this knight and the queen and the knights and the rook are all passive. So now would be a good time to castle, because like in the last game you didn't castle and I was able to attack by just ripping apart the center and just putting all my pieces against your king. If you hide him in a castle, he will be much more secure. With all that said, your position now on move 12 is it's okay actually, compared especially to to the first game. Yes, exactly. Put some more pieces in play. So either this move or castling would be like the two moves I would have preferred. So so now I think castling is a very good option. Oh, excuse me. That was Facebook. I forgot to turn that off. So this position is pretty good for black, even though I have a what we refer to as a small positional advantage, in that my control of the center is a bit better. You see, I have clamped down on this square, meaning that this pawn is backward. It can't move forward because I will capture it. So I have a little bit better position like that, and yeah, so you did that like so, and I'll just capture it. So now I have a very good position. It's very important to castle now. I'll just write that king, 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 to notify her of the danger, because I can, for instance, play this rook out here with the check. There would be she would have to move the king. I don't take advice from experts a lot. All right, if you don't want to listen to my advice, then you are of course free to play in any style that you prefer. So, but then I'm sorry, but I will have to play this move. I did warn you. All right, I think I should be able to fairly quickly be attacking the king here. So like this is it's all over now. Could have castled. Should I take the queen, or is there like a checkmate in a couple of moves? I think taking the queen is best. Because I do have like sort of, if I could put my pawn here, but she would be able to escape to h6 with the king, so I have to take the queen while I can. Alright. So, you know, if you had castled, you wouldn't have had any of those problems. So, I'm actually doing a video on castling now. Where I try to explain some of the ideas, and like the most important is quite simple actually. That a king in the center is easier to attack. You can attack him from more sides. You can see is here, like there's 180 degrees that he can be attacked from. While if he's in the corner, there's only 90 degrees. And also the pawns in the center in front of your king, you would like to push them forward to control the center, so they won't be protecting your king. But if he's off to the side, the pawns are easier to, it's easier to have them protect your king, because you don't necessarily need to push them forward. So I guess the lesson from this game is prioritize She resigned. That position is pretty hopeless. Or you resigned. I keep getting confused. Alright. Seriously? Why not? It's painful. Do you really think it's painful? It shouldn't be. It's just a game. I'll just do some of this stuff. So let's see. Will you be playing the same opening again? You will. Alright, so when you watch this, consider, I know you don't take advice from experts and all that, but consider putting the bishop on this square instead of this square. On that square, it will be attacking the center. You don't have to change it off, because, like, look at this position. You have nothing in play, and I have 4 pieces in play. So I think one of my absolute favorite chess players ever is a guy called Jose Raul Capablanca. He was Cuban world champion in the 20s, and he was. Oh, she's saying now you're saying you don't like bishops. All right. Well, a personal preference is of course something that should be considered, but it should also be considered at what cost will you pursue that preference. So, for instance, the cost of getting the bishops off the table here was that I got a quite significant lead in development, and I think that's a bit too much. Even though I do appreciate that you should play true to your style and your personal preferences, it's just that personal preferences cannot take precedence over sort of the logic of chess or the principles of chess. Alright, so attacking a backward pawn. So the idea is, okay, you know, you're attacking this pawn, and you're also perhaps threatening to go here in some scenarios, but you are moving the same piece twice instead of focusing on getting castled and developing your rooks and your queen. So you can see I have every time you move, I move. When you move the same piece twice, I move 2 pieces, so I get more and more and more pieces in the game. So I think I'll just play this move. It's semi-correct. The idea is this: if you take here, threatening my queen, I will take here. Now that's protected by the pawn. So before I couldn't, because you of course could just recapture with the queen. Oh well, Capablanca I was talking about, Jose Raul Capablanca. He was like this immaculate gentleman, and he just had so much style that it was completely. He was a fantastic figure. He said, when asked what advice he would give to beginning players or intermediate players, yeah, that's a good move. I even mentioned it earlier, but now I messed up. Alright, so I have to go here, and then you take the rook. Nice. I have to commend you for that. Well, he said the advice he would give was focus on rapid and efficient deployment of your forces. So rapid, that is that binds to that you wouldn't want to spend too many moves on getting you castled and getting all the pieces in play. So that's why you only move 1 piece every move. And efficient is, like for instance this knight, it's sort of offside. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 squares that it could possibly go to, while for instance this knight is closer to the center, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 places that it could potentially go to. So knights want to be closer to the center and stuff like that. Alright, I think I'll just push on here, try to use my advantage in the center to just tear all of this down. Alright, I think that's a good move, not allowing me to rip the center up so fast. So I will have to spend some more moves on doing that. But again, I'm trying. So what I'm doing here is I'm focusing on your king not being castled. So, and like he doesn't have any good castle positions. Also, because even if you did castle, these pawns would be too far advanced. So like this king, he's nice and secure because he protects all of the pawns. So for instance, this pawn wasn't protected by the king, so he couldn't take my queen. So if your queen went down and took this guy, I could take right back with the king. I also even have the knight protecting here, by the way. Alright, so taking some, and then I think the correct move would be to block with the knight, otherwise I will take it. And so here we yes, I'll take the knight. So it's nice that you castle this time, but it was a little bit too late. And also, of course, castling, I should note that castling is not good in itself, and I should take some time out to I'm sorry, I had a bit of a hiccup there, to explain why you would want to castle. And I tried to explain a little bit about that earlier, and it has to do with king safety, like that's the key word. So that's a nice move. I think this is also a nice move. She would very much, you would of course like to take my queen, but you're in check. So I'm trying to use that, and I'm getting very close to checkmate here. It will be checkmate in a couple of moves. I think in one move actually. So I'm sorry, I all the time I'm sort of yeah, I'm really tired. It's really late for me. I've been doing a lot of stuff all day. I start sentences all the time and then I don't finish them. Sorry about that. I'm trying to talk about why you want to castle and what conditions you should aim for, and you should aim for having a safe king. That means having some pieces very close to the king, having some pawns just in front of your king, and perhaps a knight or even a bishop, or a bishop and a knight to help protect. Thanks for killing me. Well, thank you, Thaker. It was a pleasure. I'll just write. It was a pleasure. I'll export the video now. Should be online in a couple of hours. Should be online in an hour or something. So I'm at my studio right now, and the machine here, the computer is not very fast, so it can take some time processing. But thanks for playing so much, and yeah, maybe we'll play some other day. And you complained a lot in the comments. I hope that you're just exaggerating and that you have had a good time.